Hope I'm audible.
Yes, you are. Hi, Sam.
Great, thank you. So, I like to always start on time. I understand I'm not always on time, but um, when I am, I try to start on time. So here we are, just at the beginning. I've, in bits and pieces, given everybody an understanding of how I operate. And, I'm at an age where I'm not young anymore. And it just means that for people to really work with me, they really need to understand how I operate. I've been through this industry and all its cycles, from mining to the introduction of additional layer one solutions, to subsequently cross-chain solutions that had led to, us going from thousands of tokens on centralized exchanges to hundreds of thousands of tokens on decentralized exchanges. Needless to say, I have a unique set of skills that are very difficult to replicate in this space. One of them is the fact that I always honor my material contracts, and a part of those material contracts, honor the non-disclosure agreements within. Never before in this space can I be as transparent as I am to everyone, because this time it is my own company where I've been presenting the data to the market. Now, as you could see, this is a small room, 100 people. The reason why I just want to make this a smaller affair is because I tend to do well in smaller groups, because smaller groups of people are able to absorb the information and more efficiently process at a speed I need you guys to process the information. Because if there isn't a small group of people that have processed the information quickly, then how can a small group of people profit from an even larger group of people? The market has a certain size, and the ability for people to profit require people to be closest to the source of information. For Stable DAO, we have an efficient way of creating one database, a forever family. We might not all get along, but your upline is your upline and your downline is your downline. And that stays that way until you create another account under someone else, of course. But my point is, we want people to build once, to build their team once, and don't think about rebuilding that team again and again and again unless you absolutely have to. Because when you build once, then your team can all come in on day one, well, day zero. Coming in on day zero for everyone is an important strategy, or else you're benefiting the most whilst testing the waters. Of course, there is the saying that the people who come in earliest are the risk takers, so they are deserving to get more reward, right? But the thing is, if we're looking at a game which involves maths and basic principles of business, if you launch a product and it's selling well, and the cost of selling that product is the lowest on day zero, and slowly, the cost of selling that product goes up over time, then it is no reason as a business owner or a project owner to release a project only for that project to no longer exist in the following day. You would want to keep things going and going and going. That's the objective of business, right? To stay in business and pay your people for as long as possible. So what I'm here wanting to do is to make sure that we have a healthy ecosystem and also a community of participants that are knowledgeable. So what I want to make sure everyone has access to is information, data, on a real-time basis. And if the data is something which everyone is struggling to interpret, that's fine. Ask people to interpret that data for you, and then analyze what kind of entry point and what kind of exit you would make based on that data. There is a set formula to replicate success. I want everybody to succeed, but that formula must be followed. So the project is here to build a community, and through that community, create consensus. The project, through consensus, can help everyone, including the people who come in at the end, be winners. But the project ultimately sits on top of a platform. Any issued tokens on, for example, the Binance Smart Chain requires a BNB in order to issue the smart contract, send and receive, etc., the token. Any project that is launched on the VEND will hopefully move into many of the layer one solutions that are available to the market. And I will help everyone with that process, from issuing a smart contract to helping them gain additional community and distribution on exchanges. I'm more than happy to help with that process because I've done it so many times. But first, we need a more equitable distribution of the tokens to a community. And the way we make it so it's more equitable is by simply making sure that whales like me and others who have been in this space for longer don't simply have an enormous amount of influence by putting an enormous amount of money on day zero. People who come in on day zero should come in with small tickets so that we're all able to help the people who are coming into this space win for the first time by being involved in something on day zero. So VEND has projects that have launched on day zero in September. VEND subsequently have now got a fresh start to relaunch these projects again. And this time with absolute transparency, as I will force the reports directly into the Telegram groups and the other channels that are available for the projects, so that the community of each and every single project can see and make decisions. So what this means is there is no excuse this time. There is no excuse for any of the community to be surprised and claim that they did not know. So what we have is the ability to make sure with this level of transparency, we attract the mainstream liquidity from the traditional markets into VEND. So VEND can be built into the new NASDAQ and can be built into the new Binance. It's all up to you guys to participate in the amazing projects that will be launched quickly and efficiently on this platform. I've stopped counting, but a couple of days ago, we've received over 130 applications for the listing of projects. So there is definitely the demand. There is definitely the willingness for people to take advantage of this model. What we will do is have a structured method of filtering these projects through the syndicate leaders. And we will also make sure that these projects have infrastructure set up for them to handle the community they built through VEND. And of course, more importantly, the data of every single project presented on a daily basis to the community. So that's my commitment. I'm here not to engage in too much dialogue, because there is work to be done. There's a lot of work to be done. And I just want to make sure that everyone understands my position, which is to make sure that we have continued transparency with the project's owners, the presenters they hire, the leadership that is bringing community, and of course, the end community member or investor that is participating. It's time for us to make sure that we communicate everything in the right way this time, because this time everyone understood how everything is working now. Okay, please understand what we're all doing here, because it is your money. It is money that is made by you guys trading in time. You guys did some significant addition in order to get to where you are today. Now is time for the process of multiplication. And I do hope that by sticking to some basic principles, coming in on day 0, reading the data, protecting your 1x, and then planning your success through the next projects that are coming, you could all be on the winning side. Bull market is coming. VEND is one of the many opportunities out there, but it is one that you can rely on to be fully transparent with you. So there's 2 more groups that were created in the last week. One is the VEND data group. You can request any data from the platform in that group, and we will deliver that data through that group to everyone. What that includes is the amount of deposits. It can be broken down to the projects, the amount of tokens on issue, for example, how many package holders, what is the average exchange back into USD of each and every single package holder. All these things need to be presented for everybody to check the health of an opportunity. So that is VEND data, which is a group that you could request any data from the platform. The other group that was created is the vendors group, which is for anyone who is wanting to onboard their project into VEND. So the most important thing we need to recognize is every project has its balance sheet independent of each other. It's no longer a supermarket approach, because that was not well communicated to the market. So now every single project is on its own balance sheet, transparently provided in terms of data on a daily basis to the market. So what we'd like to see is a healthy level of participation by the overall community to vote these projects onto the VEND platform. So we already have 130 applications, and we will be onboarding these projects as we speak to the project owners that are looking to participate in building a community through the VEND platform. So that's it from me. Everybody has my mobile phone number. Everybody has my WhatsApp. Everybody has my Telegram. Feel free to reach out to me directly, and just make sure you clarify everything before you participate in anything. Okay, there is no excuse. Ever since I've come into this industry, my phone number has been available to everyone. Participation in this space and in something that involves me without understanding my full involvement is something that you should understand is highly risky. So reduce that risk to nothing by feeling free to reach out to me directly. Okay, so I do get a lot of messages. I do get a lot of calls. I'm not able to field all of them, but I do what I can. I do what I can because this market needs point-to-point contact. Okay. And this market needs leadership from the very front. So thank you, all project owners, presenters, leaders, and the community for being part of VEND. And I do look forward to your success through creating consensus through the VEND platform. Okay, see you guys.